I see far too many black men on YouTube associating the term thug, deadbeat dad and bums with single mothers. All of a sudden it's become common practice to believe that the woman is a single mother in a bad situation all because of the thug that she had a child with. Why do you people not see that you're ruining the image of black men and fatherhood when you do this? I'm sure that you're now going to say that thugs are ruining the community, and I'll agree with you on that note, but thugs are not the cause of single mothers. Single mothers themselves choose to be single mothers. Indeed, many of them get pregnant when they're still living at home with their parents, when they're unemployed, when they're not even ready for a child, when the man that they had a child with is not ready to have a child, when they don't even know who the real father is, and when they just feel broody with strong baby urges. Did you know that a working woman can get pregnant and then get maternity leave for 6 months paid, and then a further 3 months off work with half the pay, and then another 3 months unpaid, and pretty much live the same lifestyle as if she was working full time, and all of that can happen regardless of the man that she chose? Indeed, single motherhood pays enough for a woman to not even care that much about who she shacks up with, and for all of that to be apparent, all it takes is for any man to impregnate her, thug or otherwise. When this woman gets on with life and single motherhood, and she has no man and has a conversation with you, Mr. Good Black Man, all you can say is that she's in that situation because she chose a thug, never considering that she may be someone that no man wants to tolerate. That's a very unsophisticated way of thinking, considering the outcome would still be the same as far as a living situation is concerned, regardless of the man that she chose to have a child with. Now consider that the man may not want to be with this woman no more for his own reasons, which she probably would never tell you if it was too embarrassing for her to admit. Many men are happy to do their bit for their child, but decide to opt out of the relationship for various reasons. I think the correct term is irreconcilable differences. Maybe he left because he's questioning if he's the real father. That's not unlikely considering she's the mother of the child and she's still entertaining you. Maybe she cheated and the man left. Maybe she's so irresponsible as a person that he would rather keep his distance. The list goes on. A lot of women that get faced with this reality react to men in different ways, but one of the most common ones is by threatening the father by saying that he can't see his child anymore. This happens a lot. Indeed, it's happening to people I know right now. So that means we have a baby mother who is bitter, likely to be talking shit about the father to people like you, Mr. Good Black Man, and all you can say is that she's in this situation because she chose a thug. Why is it that you couldn't consider any of the reasons I just stated for her being a single mother? Why do you find it easier to blame another man rather than the woman herself with her bad conduct, rather than her choice of man? Telling her to make a better choice in the man that she chooses is not holding her accountable for anything, because this could have been the exact same outcome if the man was a non-thug and he didn't want to stick around. Has it ever occurred to you that the woman has driven the man away? Have you ever heard of the term parental alienation? Have you never been with a woman and then decided you don't want to be with her no more for any reason? I believe that black men on YouTube that engage on this blind thug blaming don't have any children, and really don't see the damage that they're doing to the image of the black man and fatherhood, because you are a black man, and when a black man speaks on another black man's conduct, people take it seriously. Indeed they do, because this rhetoric is now filtering through to the media. Because I've seen women now discuss their choices in men in women's magazines, in particular Pride magazine, as they were comparing the likes of Jada Pinkett and Will Smith to Tretch and Salt and Pepper, pointing out that she once dated Will Smith, but apparently she preferred bad boys. So the media is listening. I guess that's a success story for the thug blamers on YouTube, but it's not a success story for black men as a whole. Because the popular blog writer Wrong Liddell also used this black man on black man hatred to justify him labelling black youths in London as gang raping muggers and murderers. When you make videos bitching about thugs, which ends up being black men bashing by black men, you are regurgitating an unfounded myth that says that most or all black men are thugs and don't care for their children, and that myth goes to many sources and inevitably gets the attention of court judges who make decisions on a man's custody of his own children every day, and he makes these decisions with the stigma attached to his thoughts on black males that you have given him. That's right, every video that you make which engages on thug blaming demonizes black fatherhood, because there is a lot of single mothers, but as far as you're concerned, every black woman is in that boat because of a thug, and all of that translates into the judge's thoughts when he decides how to deal with a man in court when he just wants to see his own kids. You're setting up a deadly rumour that will affect even you when you say this to people. Why can you not see the bigger picture and see that this doesn't happen just because someone is a thug? The outcome could be the same if a woman has an out-of-wedlock child with a working man, a college graduate, or even you. Yes, that's right, Mr. Good Black Man. This rumour that you have allowed to grow into the lie that it is today translates to court judges that black men are thugs, because we have so many single mothers with out-of-wedlock children, and according to you, it's because they dated thugs. However, when you end up in the same situation, or someone you know, which is very possible, our lad, the judge will treat you the same way that you wanted the thug to be treated. Remember, it's not only judges that you have to worry about, it's other women, it's society, it's the media that you're feeding with this popular but false belief that all single mothers had a child with a thug, and no one will even question it because you, Mr. Good Black Man, have been spreading this rumour for years. Your emotional investment in calling out thugs at a whim of emotional frustration is hurting all of us because you're continuing to highlight and exaggerate that most black men are thugs. I've actually heard men on YouTube say that most black men are thugs. And when you say that single mothers are the result of these same thugs, based on how many single mothers that we have today in the black community, you make it very easy to demonize all of us with that propaganda. You continue to do this because you fail to see how this will inevitably affect you when you have children. And if your woman decides to cut you out of your child's life for any reason, when your image is tarnished because people that don't know better assume you're a bum or a thug or a deadbeat, when in reality their mother may be preventing you from seeing the child, how will you feel, Mr. Good Black Man? Black women very few times are prepared to highlight high statistics of single motherhood, as they don't want to be compromising their own image. Yet you want to perpetuate high numbers of thugs in the black community and compromise our image. You feel safe doing this because you believe it doesn't affect you, as you believe you're a better man than all the thugs that you're addressing. But you don't understand that the judge won't see you different from every other black man on the planet. Have you ever been misjudged, Mr. Good Black Man? But you just don't get what you're doing to all of us with your man-hatred. You advocate anti-male policies that punish such men and don't ever consider that you may one day be on the wrong side of the law because you believe in that you're a good black man makes it impossible. I take huge offence to thug blamers as far as single mothers is concerned because I am a father and I'm in my son's life, and my father was in mine and his father was in his. And every man in my family is and will be the same. There are fathers in the black community actively fighting for custody of their children, but they hit a brick wall because of the anti-male policies that you endorsed with your thug blaming and support of the women behind it, and you didn't call these same women on their bullshit. And I repeat, telling them that they chose the wrong man is not holding them accountable. Now, I've told all of you that do this thug blaming what you're doing, and I want you to remember every word, but I also want you to remember this. You and your type tend to only speak on issues that talk about women and relationships and never address anything substantial to men's rights. But I wonder if that will change when you're put in the same demonized father corner that you created alongside all the other covert man bashers. I'll be watching.